Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing an unboxing. This is the unboxing of the Work Your Light Oracle, and I have been anticipating this deck for a long time. I pre-ordered it some time ago through Amazon, clearly, and it finally arrived today. And I know other people have received their decks way earlier than I did, and they have already did their unboxings and reviews. But of course, it's always fun to join in on the conversation. So that's what I'm doing right now, is joining in on the conversation. Now, I do not own the the Star Child Tarot. I don't own any of the editions, nor have, I'll be honest with you, I have not felt necessarily compelled to get it because yes, it's a gorgeous deck. It's a gorgeous, the Star Child and what's also now coming out, which is the Moon Child Tarot. Beautiful decks to look at, right? I mean, you could just get lost in the images. Oh, look at that. You can see, I'm going to take the wrapping off so we can get a closer look at the box here. But I don't know. I just wasn't called to work with it. At this present time, yes, I am a collector, but I also really just want working decks right now. I'm not really trying to get decks that I have to really try to really relate to and spend all this time trying to get to know. And I just have this feeling with the Star Child that would be the case for me. And you, like I said, you would think that I'd be all over it, but I'm not. And maybe one day I will be all over the Star Child, and I'll be so lucky as to get an edition that I like. I like the skinnier edition. I don't know if that's the first or second edition or what, but I think it's the first. I'm not sure. I like the skinnier version. So maybe I might be so lucky. But this, I figured, would give me a taste of Danielle Knowles' artwork. And this deck, the guidebook and the deck creation is by Rebecca Campbell. I have not read Rebecca's books. And I have not read her books either. But I am familiar with the title. This is a Hay House deck. But like I was saying, maybe this might inspire me to really chase after the Star Child or to pre-order the Moon Child, but maybe not. I have seen pictures of this deck on Instagram where people have been using it with the Sacred Creators, and I am thinking I must, in my vast little, it's not really a vast collection, but my little mini collection, I must have a deck that's going to work nicely with this. So let's take a look, shall we? All right, so this is a matte box, but it's like a foiled writing here, Work Your Light Oracle cards, and it is really nice. I really like the matte finish. Really, really like it. And my star sign is Aquarius, and I'm very much Aquarian energies, but my moon sign, I believe, is Sagittarius. And so for some reason, you would think my Aquarius side would be all over the Star Child Tarot, but there is something about it that's just too airy for me, if that could be even possible. All right, so here's the guidebook. Surprisingly, not as matte as, say, the deck or the box, right? It's a little bit more glossy, but it's okay. You can kind of see the sheen in the camera. It's your standard Hay House deck, or guidebook, I should say, with the card image in black and white. 44 cards, I believe. So, yeah. And then on the inside of the box, it looks like this. You are the Oracle. Says it again. And now we have this, which I just ripped off. are the backs. Sorry for the glare, guys. Oh, there's not really any way for me to get rid of it. But anyways, those are the backs. Wonderful card stock in terms of like flexibility, but it's still good, hardy card stock. It'll be fun and easy to shuffle. Matte. It's not too thick, which I appreciate, because I was noticing a trend with Hay House decks that, yes, their matte decks were lovely indeed. They were really beautiful, actually. But the problem was sometimes to me they were too thick to shuffle like easily. And I'm a riffle shuffler, so I don't know. I'm kind of picky. All right, let's take a look here. So the first card, and it's not gilded, but that's okay. Yes, and it's also borderless. Ticked off about the glare. I almost want to see if I turn off the higher light. It makes it really dark in here though, but it does get rid of the weird glare. Okay, we'll have to work with this now. Okay. Here's yes. And from what I've seen on the YouTube stratosphere is that this is a funny message from in the guidebook. Okay. And there you go. Yes. Just say yes. Work your light. Don't overthink it. Just say yes. You got a definite answer. More in the guidebook in a moment. We'll look more about the suits and whatnot. I like that. Then we have no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. I like that. I know there was some concern with folks about this deck, about having suits, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But, you know, my thought about that is that you can either be inspired to use them or not. And I decided I'm just going to go with the flow with this deck. If I feel like using it in its intended, way, I will. If not, I'll just use it like a straight oracle. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Really beautiful. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You're already on your path. You're already headed in that direction. Keep going. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? And these messages really obviously resonate with me because that is my background, is part of the religious science of mine, or Centers for Spiritual Living. It's a part of the New Thought movement. And so I really like that message. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are. And we are always having to adjust and tweak that, right? Checking in, seeing, tapping into whether or not something is truly still in alignment with where we're going or what we're trying to do or who we are. And what's beautiful about YouTube is we get to see these beautiful shifts with other people, right? We see them shift, grow, and change, but some of us have a hard time, letting go or not letting go in some instances, letting go in some instances and not letting go. And so you just have to, get more in alignment. Get more in alignment and allow others to do the same. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? And what do you need to let go of? It's gorgeous. God, I love that. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And so I know some people, when I was watching the reviews, and then reading up on, you know, like in the YouTube, Facebook rooms or what have you, tarot rooms, oracle, sorry. And people were talking about how they didn't necessarily like how the questions were being asked to us, the reader, or, you know, the querent or what have you. And I don't have a problem with that. I think this is a good jumping or starting off point in like what an oracle should and can be. It's a good discussion point for the reader. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And then there could be some other cards that come out to really demonstrate what that niggle is for that particular querent. So I really don't mind the questions at all. I actually kind of like them, because I could use this deck in that way. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? I wish I could borrow someone's Star Child Tarot where I could just try it out and see how I like it, because this is a gorgeous oracle. And I know I've seen people pair it with their Star Child decks and it just looks amazing. Now, I could consider getting the Moon Child, but I'm very much concerned with space and time, and I've already got enough decks to try to really connect with, and I really don't want to keep adding more and more. So, I don't know. Warrior woman, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? Warrior woman. No. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Oh, I love this message. Love, love, love. Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? And isn't that the truth, right? When you think about it. Who or what is triggering you? And it's only a reflection back. It's only a mirror of what you're putting out to the universe. But you can't see it other than from the reflection that's coming back to you. It's a beautiful talking point in a reading, for sure. It's a gorgeous deck. Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Just gorgeous, my goodness. Starseed, what lights you up? Look at that planetary action going on back there. Gosh, just gorgeous, gorgeous. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Oh. Hay House has really been stepping up. I mean, it's your typical Hay House, you know, style, but it was really brilliant of them to snag Noel. It's a very, very smart move. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. I mean, just gorgeousness. Inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Dance. Do something to shift your vibration. Oh, I cannot wait to use this deck. Fill up your well. Retreat, rest, refuel. I really love the colors in this. I just am in awe. Look at that. Take that in, you guys. Oh my gosh. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. The initiation, rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred. Ooh. It's quite beautiful. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Look at that. Look at the pyramids. The pyramid. Oh my God, so dreamy. Okay, so maybe my Aquarian side is missing out on something here. With Danielle Noel. Oh my gosh, her artwork is amazing. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. I recently had a time where I wasn't grounding properly or getting enough grounding, and because I am an air sign primarily, and because of just the work I'm doing, whether I'm doing work, you know, like in my 9-to-5 job, or whether I'm doing work in my readings, I need grounding. So I wasn't getting it, and it was causing all kinds of havoc in my life. I just felt so unsettled, so not well, just not right. Then I got some grounding with some crystals. I went outside and I walked the dog all week with my husband, and things improved drastically. I even took my shoes off and let my feet, you know, hit the grass. It was just amazing. Can't underestimate the power and importance of grounding. Share your voice. Come out. Okay, we saw that one. The initiation. Okay, am I going the wrong way? I am. Sorry, guys. I'm like, it's just like this. The one thing about it is like get lost in the cards. Play. Have fun. Celebrate. Don't be serious. Very important stuff. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Soul family, calling your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Oh, that's right, you don't. We don't have to do it alone. Oh, I was thinking about Kate Spade committing suicide, and I was just like, wow, you know, God, that's some major suffering going on. And it just breaks my heart. You know, I think like all of us, it's just like a shock when people do that, or when they're, you know, self-medicating with alcohol or with some other hard drugs, and whether they like actually intentionally kill themselves or unintentionally by over-consuming those kind of substances. It's just heartbreaking. So I love how this is a good all-rounder kind of oracle, where it's touching upon different things that we could really branch off and talk about. Lean in your soul family, you know. We don't have to do it alone. We all, you know, need to sometimes have a check-in with others and make sure we're being held accountable. And you know, and then there's just some suffering that I guess will just be, and that person needs to move on to the next realm, next dimension, and that's what it is. But it's still me having my human experience, my human conditioning right now. So I'm a little caught up in my feelings about that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been lately dealing with a lot of sadness and death in my personal life, and it just is, you know, this today with Kate Spade was just so, makes it even more sad and real. The finality, right? The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So maybe that's now where Kate is. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Yeah, they were saying that Kate Spade was just like really all consumed about the image and, you know, being happy-go-lucky brand. And it's, you know, it's like, honey, you need it above all else. We don't care about that. I don't care about that. That could still be the persona, right? What is important is you getting better. But, you know, it's a good reminder for all of us, right? So we can remind other ones who may be also hurting that it's not too late. And unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Really like that one. Really, really like that one. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Wow. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Wow. Okay, so I will say this. This is why I would be kind of concerned about getting the Star Child. It's because overall, I mean, each of these images are so gorgeous, so beautiful. I want to look at them and dive into it and everything. But on the other hand, they're like, you know, the palette lends itself to almost looking similar, each card. Like it's, you know, similar, which they're not, obviously, but it is, I don't know. And then it just seems like if without this, are we getting Pillar of Light? Maybe. I don't know. It's just, I don't want to have to access to, I want this to be a working deck. And it will be. I have a feeling it's going to be work your light, work my deck, work your deck, work your light. I'm going to definitely probably be incorporating this into readings for others. But I you know, it's just a thought. These are the considerations that I think of when I'm like thinking about getting a deck, whether it's going to be just a deck I admire and collect, or if it's one that's a working deck, or is it one just that speaks only to me and my sister, or, you know what I mean? So this one I got with the intention that I wanted to, A, see if I really like the artwork, like I'm appreciating from afar so far. And also if this could be something I could work with and work, you know, use as a working deck. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. I like that message. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Cut the cords. Look, and she's got her arms crossed. No more boundary setting, protection. There's a boundaries card in here too, but you can never have enough of that message. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, I really like that. In Rama, where are you being called to journey to? Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Lemuria. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Mintoken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Wow. And interesting. So, again, the card backs without the glare. There's something weird and funky going on, though. I wonder if it's on all of my cards. I'm not going to send it back for this issue, but yeah, it's on quite a few of my backs. And I'm not a fan of that. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about in a moment. Okay, so several of the cards have this weird, funky line going across. It's really prevalent here. I don't mind decks with little quirkies about that, especially if I'm just going to keep and work with it. But I'm recently finding that there's some decks that I may want to sell or trade or what have you. And I'm beating myself up for not returning them. So it's a double-edged sword. Oh, it shuffles beautifully. Whoa. One of the best Hay House shufflers I've ever had. It's because of the matte and the thinner stock. So overhand, it shuffles nicely. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed about that going across there. And I'm just going to stir. So I'm also, can't get this together, planning on doing a giveaway. I have been wanting to do, oh yeah, I shuffled like a dream. I have been wanting to do a giveaway for this deck since it came out. I knew that I was going to do a giveaway back when, some months ago when I did the giveaway for the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. So I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be one that I'm going to do. And I am doing 2 decks. I'm doing a giveaway for 2 decks. So basically what I'm inviting you all to do is, if you want to enter for a chance to win one of the 2 Work Your Light oracles, which I will send to you, please just type in the comments box below how you work your inner light in your everyday life. Even if it's something like you make a point to smile at people every day, or you say a prayer for folks, or how you work your light, or how you're working your life for that day when you submit your submission for the giveaway, and then just put count me in, and then that's all you have to do to enter the giveaway. And then I will announce the winners. Today is the 5th. I will announce the winners this coming weekend. I'll have a little drawing of the names, and my daughter and I will do a little video announcing the winners. So yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do. I wanted to do this giveaway because I like sharing. Sharing is caring. And yeah, giveaways are fun. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I would like them as much, but I do. So I hope you guys enter. I wish you all lots of luck. And yeah, before I move on, sorry guys. I'm all over the place because it's been a long day. I wanted to see if there's any way to know about the different suits from the backs, but there's no way to know that. And so with the guidebook, it is your standard Hay House guidebook, right? So it tells you, welcome to Work Your Light. You are the Oracle, working with the Work Your Light Oracle. Readings for other people. Work Your Light Oracle Attunement. Opening Sacred Soul Space. Work Your Light Oracle card spreads. And then the suits are confirmation cards. Yes, no. The ever unfolding rose. You're already doing it. Suit 2, inquiry cards. Align your life. Answer the call. Let's see what else is in that suit. Trust your path. The crumbling. Trust the niggle. Boundaries. Warrior woman. Don't dim to fit in. Mirror. Priestess. Starseed. Star mother. Action cards. And then it has, that's suit 4, activation cards. And then suit 5, transmission cards. Transmission cards are the cards that had Lemuria, Akasha, Pleiades, Mintaken. And then it says, become a Work Your Light Oracle card reader. I wonder what that means. Out of curiosity. And I'm actually all of a sudden inspired just to have a couple of cards down for what is a message from Spirit that we need to know. So we'll do that too before we close this video. Become a Work Your Light Oracle card reader. If you would like to take your experience of reading these cards and intuitive development to the next level and become an accredited Work Your Light Oracle, I invite you to do the Work Your Light Oracle accreditation. So Rebecca Campbell is offering that. And there's a little about the artist, Danielle Noel. They talk about her being the creator of the internationally renowned Star Child Tarot and forthcoming Moon Child Tarot. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay. So yeah, those are the suits. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be much of a big deal, honestly. If you're shuffling them all, I guess one way you would be able to work with it is if you divided them all up and you shuffled each suit and then pulled a card from each suit and had a reading that way. You could do it that way. Or you could just, whatever the cards are is the action. So for example, if you ended up pulling, or I use jumping cards. Let's say leap was, and then the activation card. So let's say your cards jumped yes, and then answer the call, and then leap. I mean, you can deduce from that what the message is saying there. Or it could say, don't dim to fit in. And then you pull something from, let's see, don't fit to get unbound, right? Don't dim to fit in and unbound. So don't dim to fit in is the inquiry cards, where it's probably asking where are you dimming your light. And then the activation cards is almost like the medicine of what you need to do to kind of answer that question, so to speak. So there's different ways you could work with this, right? It doesn't have to be so set in stone. Like when we think of suits, it could be a lot more flexible. I'll say though, one of the Hay House decks that I have that's with suits is the Women's Bodies. I think Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom, Women's Bodies, or something like that. And I love the card stock in terms of it being matte. Actually, that's about all I like about the card stock. It's too thick. And the suits don't really and the cards themselves don't lend themselves to reading the cards individually. You do really have to use it in its recommended way in order to really get your bang for your buck. Whereas this deck is pretty self-contained in terms of you don't even really need the guidebook. You could just read the messages and look at the images, and you don't have to follow the suits. You could do it as you wish. But yeah, oh, this video is going on and on. But yeah, you guys, don't forget to enter the contest and tell me how you're working your light, and count you in for the contest, and then I will do that. All right, Spirit, leave us with the message that we need to know, that the folks who are watching this video, and for me, give us a message that we can rock with. Okay. Lemuria, which of course, because I have been in awe and infatuation with my Lemurian crystal. So I was trying to get a good, oh yeah, there you can see the little ridges there. And of course that came because it's always on my mind. Lemuria. And then we have the initiation, Rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Ooh. The initiation. We've been going, initiation, some of us by fires, and going through it to some extent. Like look at the lightning, and all with sound effects. And then, you know, you're going through this on this dark path, and you're like, am I ever going to see the light? And the answer is yes. You're going somewhere sacred. And this is just a rite of passage to your next level. So don't be discouraged. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You are moving in the right direction. And this is just simply a rite of passage to move you to your higher level. Because what we're doing here, folks, is we're creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Heaven on earth is now. It is now. Yes, there is suffering. Yes, there is so much going wrong and going on in the world. But there's also a lot of beauty. There's a lot of love. And we need to be that love. We need to be that beauty. And we need to appreciate the journey. Yes, you know, we're always so caught up in once we get there, think life will be better once I get there, once I get there. Once I accomplish this goal, I can live then. I can live then. No, it's time to live now. And yeah, even while you're going through your initiation. Wow. Let's look at the guidebook. And then I'll let you guys go. Sorry, I could just go on and on about this deck. I like it. Initiation. This is where it might get a little... Okay. Does it? No. It would have been nice to have like little symbols or something on the card to indicate which suit. Okay. Because they're not in alphabetical order, I don't think. Initiation. Am I blind here? There we go. 7. That's a good chunk of writing here. There's a temple in India that looks terrifying from the outside, but inside it is filled with jewels and is one of the most loving places imaginable. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred. But only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you are in the middle of an initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. You are going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you're closer than you think. And then Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Lemuria, or Mu, is one of the earth's lost lands, where heaven really was a place on earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team. Oh, I love that. Who at soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet. right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you are truly not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, and even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Yee! Keep doing what you are doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. Hold the card onto your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Work your light. That was your work your light transmission. Wow, it's beautiful. I like that reading. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. This is the lovely Work Your Light deck. I am very glad I pre-ordered it. I would actually, based on my first impressions, would actually recommend it. And I think I may, well, I'm not going to promise a follow-up video, but what I will promise is that I will definitely share my feelings as I begin to use it in my favorites videos, or maybe I will do a follow-up. We'll see, but no promises. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Many blessings to you. Let me know your thoughts of this deck, and we'll stay in touch. Much love. Bye.